Hello everybody and welcome to Roll by Rolls. I am your Dungeon Master Richard Barlow and we are just about to start this week's adventure. A quick recap about last week. So the gang just explored their new ship and met their newest crewmate, William, and they headed out towards the first island, Anuridae, and everything was smooth sailing on the way there until all of a sudden a cannonball struck their ship, and that is where we left off, and that is exactly where we're about to pick up. Enjoy.
Did you hit a rock or something?
No.
I don't think it was a rock. I think you should probably get down here.
Do you have
Something
thaumaturgy?
happened.
Oh, can you project
Do
that with
you
thaumaturgy?
want me to keep track of your ship's health, or since you have all the info, do you want to keep track there?
Sure. Oh man, that's a lot of responsibility.
You'll
You-
count down.
I did yell at her.
Captain has to math.
Oh no. Okay. 500 minus 14.
I'm gonna climb down real quick if I could.
Okay. Yes, actually, we're gonna
So you heard us?
just Captain.
Yeah.
You and I are just gonna do an initiative roll against each other.
Oh, my new dice.
Oh, roll well. Oh, that sounds
19.
19. Okay. So it is your turn now.
Okay.
May I use message to just like zip up a message because I'm below deck? I know I was hit. Clearly, we're hit by something. Then I'm just messaging up, being like, "What's happening? Someone tell me what to do."
Who are you sending it to?
I'm sending it straight up to whoever it's gonna hit because I can't see.
Is that
Where,
how that
like, what
works?
part of the
Yeah,
ship,
how does that-
where are you located
I'm
underneath?
below, let's say I'm below.
I think you have to,
the,
like,
Right, you have to
direct
send
it.
to a specific person.
Below the wheel? So you'd be right under Kellidir if you want then.
Yeah, sure. Hell yeah. Bam.
Okay.
Hell yeah. What's happening? You may send a message back according to my cantrip.
Get everyone on the canyons. Canyons. Oh.
Canyons!
The grand ones.
What? Cannons! Oh! Okay!
Wait. I don't know what side of the ship this is.
Well, I mean, like, you felt
Port or
it come from
Yeah, but exactly.
on your right side.
On the right side of the ship.
Star Wars! I'm familiar.
Starburst, thank you.
We're such great friends.
So it is your ship's turn, so if you want, you are down with the cannons. The rest of you would have to get there, or you can choose to do something else. I'm just going to position on the map kind of where things are. Actually, I can't quite reach. So you can keep you guys there if you want to move that one just like over a little bit and then facing you guys.
Like that.
Yeah. Cool. So they're like there.
I will head down.
Okay.
I will also head down to the cannons.
Okay.
you
William
have a
looks to Kellidir and says, "Where do you want me, Captain?"
Wherever you think you'll be most useful.
William, seeing that you guys ran down to cover the other cannons, he runs to the front of the ship to get the front cannon.
Our
Yes.
question, are the cannons already loaded?
They are preload, so you don't have to do the strength check to
no.
load them the first time.
Okay,
It's
thank
just
you.
going to be after that.
I'm deferring to his knowledge, you know?
Our captain
so,
trusts the first mate.
would you like to fire your cannon while you're down there?
Hell yeah!
All right. So roll.
That's a natural 1.
All right.
That's what that is.
So
Good roll.
you
Have you
go
ever fired a
to-
cannon? No.
you go to fire the cannon. You light the ignition, and since it's been so long since these cannons have been used, there's something jammed in it. So when it goes to fire, it actually it fires something, but it pushes the cannon back, which knocks you on your ass, and you're going to take roll a d4, and you'll take that
Recoil.
damage.
That's
You're gonna
embarrassing.
make me roll my own damage?
Yeah.
It's rude. That's a 1. I only
Okay,
took
then you
1.
take 1 damage.
Oh no, I'm sensing a theme though.
Yeah. So far, not rolling great.
I'm just a cook. I'm not prepared for this.
So Kellidir and Rune, you ran down to join the cannons. Okay, you
Did
can't shoot.
Caladir.
Yeah, sorry. Dietrich and Rune ran down. And Greya, what would you like to do?
So Greya's up on the what's this part of the ship called? Up on the
The
deck.
deck.
The deck. I got it. Oh, the deck. And
The
how
patio.
far away is the other ship?
Right now, 5, 10, 15, 20, like 25 feet
Feet?
away.
Oh, okay. So close.
Yeah.
I guess in ship terms it doesn't really make sense for it to be 25 feet, but
First spell
everything is
casting.
extended on the sea. We say even your spells.
All right.
It's
So
just because
I'm
it's
gonna-
wide open space.
I'm gonna cast destroy water
Okay.
on the water right underneath the ship.
Like it's so metal.
In a cube. Okay, here's because I can cast it at a higher level to get more water. Does it mechanically? What would that change? If I double the amount of
That
water?
would change how much the ship is affected.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna cast at the second level then. Destroy water. So now it's gonna be a 30-foot cube.
Mm.
And yeah, and it's just underneath where the ship is.
So what happens to the water underneath? Explain that to me.
I destroy it. So it just,
So it just goes away?
it disappears. So all
It
that water
evaporates.
underneath the ship
Okay.
disappears.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have to roll for that or anything? Or is that just
No,
that just happens?
It just happens to because it's just to the water.
Cool. So you destroy. So you reach your hand out and destroy 30 feet, a 30-foot cube, and so you see the ship. It just drops its back half in, and its front little bit is still sticking out, but they're not moving, and they're just like front up in the air. It didn't get the whole ship because they are a little
Titanic
longer
style.
than.
Somewhere a penny whistle starts playing.
Wow. I love how you
Um,
raised your hand to say that.
Because I wanted to make sure it was said.
Cool. So that's your turn. While they're up, so you see they can't even fire a cannon at you, and they can't move. Okay, so you see nothing happen. Their ship just doesn't stay. But you do see Caladir. You're looking over there.
Mm.
You do see two little lifeboat type things come out and start rowing towards you very slowly.
Okay.
But that's all they can do.
Okay.
So you just see that their ship is out of commission, but something is still coming for you out of their ship.
Okay. Okay.
And now it's your ship's turn again.
Oh yeah, I'm the captain. Why has this happened?
Because you said you were good at sailing. That's part of your backstory.
No, I didn't.
No, it's just.
He said he was a captain.
He didn't mean like
It's
this.
a military ranking rather than captain of a ship, I assume.
Oh.
And we were like, yes, you have authority. We trust you.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
Caladir.
My goodness, genuinely. Is it really asshole-ish to keep shooting at them?
You can shoot. I'll say
So-
since they're really small and they're in a lifeboat, you'll have disadvantage just because you have to be super on with your aim, but you can still fire cannons at them.
Like, can I see when I'm seeing? Are they too far for me to get a visual of
You see
do they
they're-
have weapons?
You
Are
see
they
that they're
armed?
they're humanoid, but you can't tell exactly what they are or anything. You can't make out details of.
Okay. Keep firing.
All right. So whoever's down there, fire at disadvantage. Yes.
I feel like an awful person.
You said I was knocked prone, right? You said I was
Yeah.
knocked on my ass.
Yeah, you got hit by
so
that
do I miss a
recoil.
turn? Or because I'm right by it, so I could just get back up.
Yeah, you would. No, because you can still get up. It was just the damage really that you took, so you can still get up. It's not a big space. It's not a big space down there, so even half your movement, you can still get to the cannon. But you do have to roll a strength to see if you can get another cannonball in there.
Okay.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
are we adding our modifiers to it?
No, there's cannon modifiers that
What is the
Mary
cannon
has.
modifier?
I think it's plus 10.
Yes. No, 5d10 plus 5.
Oh, that's the damage.
That's the damage.
damage.
Oh. Weird. Oh,
Plus 10 to hit.
What?
Plus 10.
So
Where?
12
Oh,
for Dietrich.
12
like you.
does not hit.
27.
That hits.
My strength check to get the cannonball in was an 18 minus 1 for my strength because I'm weak.
Okay.
17.
You still get the cannonball in there.
So I rolled a 17 plus whatever our ship's modifier is.
Disadvantage though?
So 17.
17. Does not hit.
Alright.
So you get 1 hit. And so there's 2, like on either side of the ships, there's 2 lifeboats coming. Do you want to go right or left?
I was going for left.
Left, cool.
I'll add back this one.
Okay, so it's 5d10 plus 5, so it's 1. 7. 1. 2. 9.
Okay. 25.
So you do 25 damage?
Mhm.
Cool. So you blast a cannonball. It hits just the edge of their boat. So it takes off a good chunk of the side, but they are still floating. Barely, but they are still making their way towards you.
Making the way downtown
On the sea.
on the sea.
And then do you want to do any, or actually before that, Greya, do you want to do anything?
Okay, I wanted to cast. Is this on one? Oh, creatures that you can see. Can I see them?
You can see them.
How would it if I debuffed one of them? How would that affect their whole boat situation?
If you debuff them.
Yeah, like so. This is just like they're gonna have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Okay.
But that doesn't affect their ability to drive a boat, right?
No.
Okay.
They're attacking the sea with their paddles.
Oars, I hope.
Oars. I don't know.
Okay then.
On this ship, we use paddles
Then I'll
and we
cast-
drive.
Guiding bolt at their boat, at the other boat.
At the other boat?
Been hit yet. Yeah.
Okay. So roll.
With disadvantage, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yours is still like you're attacking a
Oh,
you're
okay.
not shooting a cannon at them. You're just you can still attack
that
like you are. Yeah.
Okay, so that's plus 6 is 18.
Does not hit.
18 doesn't hit? Okay. It's rude.
And then Keladir, any movement or any actions you'd like to take?
How close have these little rowboats gotten?
They are just in front of where the ship was. So they're probably now 20, what we're calling feet.
Okay. Can I take it? Yeah, I can take a movement and do a ram action, right?
No, you have to turn
Oh,
first.
in the turn. Okay.
Yeah, but you
So I
can
can
turn to
turn
face
and-
them and then be ready for the ram on your next one.
Okay, but I can turn and take an attack too, right? But I can't move.
Yeah, turning is your movement.
Turning is your movement, yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, so you can turn and ram, because ram is an attack. But you're not, I
Okay,
don't
I'm
think
not
you're
close
close enough.
enough.
Yeah, what's
Yes.
your range on the ram? I forgot.
The ram is. I don't know.
I think you have to be like right beside them. I think that's why there
The
is no
cannon is
range
60
on
feet.
it. Like, you
yeah,
have
no,
to be-
that makes total sense. Okay, so I will turn and make another cannon attack at them.
So it'd be the front. Williams cannon.
Cool. Actually, they already did their cannon attack, so there actually was already an attack on this round. Because this round was their
We already
cannon.
did it.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay.
Sorry, I was thinking that was
No,
last
no,
round,
that's
but
okay.
no, this is...
This is-
That
That
attack
was
has already been made.
Okay.
So yeah, you move your turn, so now you're facing them, and now it is their turn.
Okay.
So they are still coming at you, and So they fire 2 arrows with like ropes attached to them.
Heck.
Fire at the ship, but they miss. Like they
Oh,
just
okay.
go in the sea beside the ship, so they do
Losers.
not hit. And so
Don't
that
get caught
that
in
was
your
both
net.
boats, and they move a little closer, and now they're like 10 feet away
Okay.
from your ship. And that's all they can do. So now it's your turn.
Well, we aren't looking at any ship as now that we look kind of at that cannon thing. Dietrich's gonna run over to where they got hit. Are we
Okay.
taking on any water?
Well, it was 14 damage that you took, eh? Yeah. So
Yeah.
no, you're not taking like
Okay.
there's a hole in the side, but
still
it's
have-
high enough up that like no water's getting in, or there's
okay.
probably like splashes
It's
getting
It's an
in.
extra porthole. That's nice.
Yeah.
Can you kind of look
It was a
around
design
to
choice.
see if there's anything that could be used to fix it?
Yeah. You can do I guess we'll call that investigation.
Can I reload my cannonball or do I have to wait till?
No, you can reload.
And it's just a straight strength check?
Yeah.
12.
12. You reload.
Good old 9.
9. So right now in the heat of battle, you're like frantically looking, but not really focusing on anything. So there's wood everywhere, but it's part of the ship, so you don't really know what is available to use and not. So you reloaded. Elada, would you like to do anything down here?
Yeah. I guess I'll reload the cannon.
Reload as well. Okay.
It's 5.
5. You do not. So you run
Not built for
over.
this.
You run over to the cannonballs and you like almost get it, but then you just like drop it back down.
I was injured.
You got hit down. It's your hands are probably a little sweaty. Like this is stressful, so like you just can't quite get a grip on it.
Is she-
So yeah,
Is she sober yet?
Yes.
she's
It's been
she's
a
hungover,
day.
so like things aren't great for her. But like she's not drunk.
Don't get snappy at me for your bad decisions.
You can't hear me. I'm not using message right now.
And then Greya, would you like to do anything?
Okay. Let me try. How far
I
away
love
are the
Freya so
ships
much.
from each other?
From each other, they're probably about 15 feet apart.
Okay.
Or are those dice the ships that you put down there?
Yeah.
They're the boats.
So how big is a 15-foot cone?
Like forward wise?
Because forward-wise it goes 15 feet, but like
I imagine
So-
if it's a
and it's
15,
spread.
it would also be 15
Yeah,
feet
it's
across.
just like
feet and
15
yeah,
long,
okay.
15 wide, I would guess.
so would those would both be in that
Yeah.
area? Okay, so then I'll cast Burning Hands. Maria's gonna like look away, but put her fingers together, touch her fingers,
Okay.
and then point at us like between the ships, so it goes equally to both ships. And they have to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
Is that does the ship or the people? It's the
Yeah,
ship,
I was
right?
just wondering that. I'm like, how dexterous is a ship?
It's just gonna be a straight roll. They don't have like a modifier or
Oh,
anything.
okay.
The boat can't leap out of the way.
No.
Oh.
What are they making, sorry? Dex
Dexterity.
of
14.
14? Okay, so the one on the right, or like, sorry, I guess your left there, right?
The pink one or
The
the
pink
black
one, yeah.
The one
It
that's
makes
already
it.
been hit, or no one has.
You hit that one, right? You said on the left,
I
so
think
your
on the
left
left,
would be
yeah.
the pink one. Yeah, so that one's been hit. They make it, but the other one does not.
Okay, so that's 3d6 of damage. That's not a d6.
That is cocked, my friend.
Yeah. Okay, 3, 5, 6, 8 plus 6,
14.
14. Yeah. Yeah, that seems right.
Okay. Does the other one take like half damage or anything, or is that just
No, that's it.
that's it? Okay. And then Keladir. You can ram them now, or you can get William to shoot his cannon. He is up front.
I'm gonna ram him.
Ram him?
Yeah.
Ram 'em.
We haven't done it yet. It'll be fun.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No, you were.
You do remember that ramming it, we incurred.
Okay,
damage
but it's a
as well.
tiny
Oh,
little
sorry.
question.
Yeah.
Because it's not a.
So it will
Full
take. I'll
grown
change it.
ship.
So normally it's full damage if you don't succeed the throw.
Mhm.
Half if you do. This one will be no damage if you succeed. A quarter damage if you don't succeed the throw.
Low risk, low risk.
Oh, wait.
Our game, our rules.
Sorry, I made a mistake. It does take half.
It does have. So it takes 7.
Yeah. Also, the fire ignites any flammable objects in the area.
Oh, these ships are on fire.
No, maybe I don't want to ram the ship.
Would you just like to shoot a cannon at
Yeah, I'm
them?
gonna get one to shoot that cannon.
Okay.
Cannon. Oh
Do you
no.
want to turn first and then shoot them with more than one cannon? And then
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you can do that. You haven't taken
yeah,
your attack
I'm
yet,
going
so.
to turn to the left.
Okay. They're like looking at you perplexed because you're just like, just like
just
going
jumped right
back
out of
and
there.
Here's the thing,
forth.
I feel like we would have been like here. We would have to turn.
That's
like
fair.
this.
Yeah, turning port. That's physics.
Yeah. Okay. So, Aleda, you did not reload, but did you try yet to reload?
Nope.
Okay, so you can try to reload.
But I did investigate something, so.
Right. You're the only one that can shoot right now.
Oh, so it was the same
So-
either way. Okay. 28 to hit.
28.
28.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right.
Ooh, you
Count for me, Kellandir.
Yes.
All right.
You're shooting Caladir, my god.
Oh
What are you
no!
shooting?
I don't understand how this works.
I was just gonna keep aiming for the
Keep
same.
going for that one. Okay.
3 plus 6 plus that's. Oh yeah, it is just one of those, I guess. 9 plus 1. 9
Plus 5.
plus 5.
33 damage.
Okay, so you ignite your cannon. It blasts at the ship on the boat. I keep calling them ships. These are just boats.
They're dinghies.
Yeah.
On fire.
Yeah, they're now on fire. Oh, did you roll with disadvantage?
Oh heck.
my other one was a nat 20, so whatever I just did is
Okay,
is
cool.
fine.
Yeah, so you ignite, the cannonball blasts, and this little dinghy just like explodes. And so you
What was on
see
there?
you see it was on fire and
on
it was
fire.
weak, so the force of this cannonball, it doesn't like explode, but like all the wood goes flying everywhere, and you see 3 guys fly off too and hit
How
the
well
water.
can I actually see that below deck? I feel like part of
You-
me is just
you
like...
know what? Okay.
You see things flying, you don't really know what it is.
Well, like when you're looking at the little cannon holes,
There's a little porthole
you
that
can
you're
see
seeing.
the hole is square.
I always picture
the
someone
cannon
else
is
is
round.
like looking. Someone else is looking, and you're at the end of this giant cannon going poop poop, and the whole cannon goes poop poop poop.
All right,
I
well
shoot.
you
Anyway.
hear it hit.
And then I
Kellandir,
run and peek.
Kellandir, that's what you see. Is you see just pieces going flying and guys hitting the water.
Heck.
And that's it. So
I need a message spell.
so
Just to be
the
like, "Good
other
job."
one is going to.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
They also fire an arrow with some rope, but it also doesn't hit.
Okay.
I mean, they're on fire. There's
Yeah, there's a lot
You know
going
what?
on.
It's a bad
They're
day for
not.
them.
They're not very.
I don't know if you'll
Not
poorly for
focused,
them,
but there's a lot going on for them right now. But they do move up just a little bit, like just one space closer to you.
Or there.
No, because they probably couldn't turn quick enough, so they're gonna be right there. Yeah.
You're fine.
Sunk.
And then it's you again.
Dietrich's gonna run back to his post and reload.
Okay.
Boy. 10.
10. You reload.
Okay.
You're gonna reload too.
Yes, please. 19. Oh, 18. 18.
You reload. Either way.
I'm rolling really
Elena,
well, and
would
it
you like to
doesn't
reload?
matter right now.
I'd like to cast a spell.
Sure.
I'd like to use shape water
Okay.
to rescue one of the stray bodies in there and freeze it in ice, which is lighter than water, so he would float.
Okay.
terrifying but intriguing.
We're having
So you like poke your head as much out of the porthole as you can, and like reach your little spoon through as well. Point it, and one of the guys is encapsulated.
Like
He's
specifically
just
a body,
bubbling along.
or like
I probably wanted to aim at a live person, and given it's only been like about 6 seconds, I doubt
Yeah,
it
they're
ran
all
so
they
fast.
were all splashing
Oh,
around.
okay.
None of them.
Yeah.
None of them got hit by the cannonball. Just
Okay.
their ship.
Also, I can move it 5 feet toward us.
Okay. And then either Greya or Keladier.
Okay, I'm gonna cast a first level Destroy Water this time because it's a smaller boat.
Okay.
So it's just gonna be less water, but I feel like it's a small boat, so that should be fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? How much water is it?
So it's 10 feet this time.
Okay. So Keladier, you kind of look around to see where the other boat is, and try to prepare
Yeah.
your attack on them. And you just see like the sea open up and the ship just drop. And then the rest of the water like cascade over top of it.
well.
And that ship is just gone.
And Gary's
Wow.
just like, what happened? Did I get it?
Well done.
Uh,
Well done.
and that's gonna be the end of initiative.
Wow.
You can also look out, and what was their floating ship, you just see the end of the nose now also go under.
Okay.
You just hear faintly some music in the distance, and somehow you make out someone say, "It's been a pleasure playing with you."
Chris, like crying.
So that's it. So
Can I keep using shape water to freeze the bow as it's sinking, so it doesn't fully submerge? Like just kind of like bubbles.
what's your reach on that? Because it was pretty
30
far
feet.
out.
We were 25
yeah,
feet
Yeah,
away.
you were 25 feet. So yeah, you
Wanna
can
try
use
and
it. But
rescue
what? How
somebody?
much? It's a 5-foot cube, right?
It is, yes, but I can just keep doing it because it's a cantrip.
Okay.
Is it a concentration?
But it is like that would be every 6 seconds. So I'm like just trying to save bits that I can.
I'm gonna say that you got the nose in the cube,
Okay.
but you had a whole weight of a ship pulling it down, so it still is going under.
I'm
It's going
still-
under a little
I'm
slower.
still learning.
Yeah.
I just let it go. I let it go and focus on bringing my captive in.
Okay. So you bring him in, and you just have a pirate
In a
frozen
block of
in a
ice.
cube.
Yep.
What have you brought onto the ship?
Well, he should be thankful because I rescued him. But I thought that we'd find out why they're trying to attack us.
I mean, I think it's probably because they're pirates, but let's find out.
Cool.
How do you undo this?
Well, I can. I don't want to because I don't want him to attack us. But I can make sure that his head should be probably out unless it's quite small.
Yeah, I guess it would. I was thinking it like encapsulates his whole body, but a 5-foot. Yeah, no, he's got like his head sticking out and his feet are just on the bottom sticking out as well.
I also
Too
just
small
want to
bed.
say I'm assuming it's a him. I have no idea. I don't.
This one is a him, yes.
Yeah, I'm
Don't want to assume gender. That's rude.
yeah, I'll call everyone back up on deck.
Look what I got.
Did you go fishing?
What?
Why is that man in ice?
That's me. I thought that it'd be good to find out why they were attacking us.
How did you get him up on the ship?
I can
Really?
move water.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, you're surprised, but she just, made the ocean swallow a
Oh no, this
rowboat,
is Mary.
so- I just wanted to clarify, Captain.
I was just confused by the motive.
Yeah, I don't know about more strangers. This
Not
is
saying we keep them.
Strangers are often friends we haven't met yet.
Are there still people
you
like?
are the first
splashing
to
in the
die,
water?
aren't you?
Are they dead?
They have sunk.
Okay.
I haven't died yet.
They were suffering from some burns, and just didn't have the strength to keep themselves afloat.
Ooh, is this a saltwater sea?
Yeah, true. So they didn't sink, but they're now just floating.
Well, no, I was thinking
You can
pain.
sink in salt water. It's just harder to.
Ouch.
So, I would.
Ooh, burns in salt water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's not.
that's
the way to go.
Science side of the table. Stop making it gruesome.
That's okay. It was so the science side of the table was like
Um,
ice is less dense than water. It isn't like
so
science.
saltwater on their burns. You heard agonizing screams for the last couple minutes, and then they softly went away.
Is our captive conscious?
Yes, he is
Frosted.
completely shivering.
Yeah.
And like he looks at you, and like you can tell he can't really do it because his like teeth are chattering so much. But he tries to spit at you.
Disgusting. That's not respectful.
I'm just gonna like freeze it in midair, turn it into like little snowflakes.
Ew.
Nothing about this is pretty.
That's not very nice. But Greya still like takes off her cloak and
Dietrich's
tries
gonna
to like put
flick
it on
in
him
the
because
air
he's
after
cold.
he-
Just this block of ice. Just like
Okay,
I'm
he
playing
like
it.
screams in pain when you do that
Good.
because he is also burnt
Yeah.
What did
and
you
now
do?
frozen.
Dietrich flicked him in the ear when
Oh.
he tried to spit at him.
Loving the support.
Maybe we should unfreeze him though. He seems quite cold, and my cloak's not doing a lot.
Can you just keep his hands frozen?
Yeah, I'll switch it so that his feet are like a block of ice,
Okay.
and his hands as well, so we can't move them. So effectively,
Okay.
he's like cuffed in blocks of ice.
Okay, but the rest of him has thawed.
Yeah.
So he's just in damp clothes.
Greya looks
Okay.
at his feet in the block of ice, and she's like, I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. And he's like, oh well.
So when you take the block of ice off his body, he like flumps to the floor, and he's just there shivering.
Can I would like to disarm him.
Yeah. So he has a short sword and a bow.
Never mind now.
William, can you bring us some rope?
Right on it. He runs downstairs, and it's gonna take him about 5 minutes to get some rope.
Find rope!
On a ship.
We have rope up here! William! That's fine, you can go.
I'm just saying that because like if you want to talk to this guy in that time,
Yeah.
Okay.
William can come right up if you want.
Room cop. Who are you?
He just still like shivering uncontrollably, and he just says, "Hey, shite."
Oh.
Dietrich's gonna stick
Is
his
my cloak
foot,
not
like,
helping?
on his shoulder.
He screams in pain again.
Mr. Ishite.
He goes, "No, you ate shite."
That's his first name, you.
Dietrich's gonna like turn his boot a little bit.
He screams again.
Mr. Ishite, I know you're cold, but please, we just need some information. Is this enough cloak? I can get you a blanket if that would help. I know you're probably very cold. I'm so sorry.
I don't want your fucking blanket.
Okay.
Listen, you could be a bit more grateful. I believe I saved your life. You could have drowned.
You
out there.
destroyed me ship and killed all me mates.
I'm pretty sure that was your intention for us, was it not?
You put a hole in our
That's not the point. We were supposed to win.
Well, you didn't, and now you're still alive. I'm expecting a bit of gratitude. We can make the rest of your life a lot more painful, so I'd be very careful about what you
Dietrich
say.
turns his boot.
He screams again, and he goes, "Can you fuck off with that?"
Be a little kinder to the ladies, and maybe I will.
He like begrudgingly is like, "I apologize."
Takes his boot off.
Apology not accepted.
Rude.
We're very polite
Parents.
Captain, do you have any questions for him?
Oh, it's so weird not to be self-minded. My first instinct is to be awful. No, you're the captain of that ship? What was your name?
I wasn't the captain.
Oh, what were you?
I was just a crew.
Who was your
My
captain?
name's Thomas.
Thomas, who did you sail under?
Oh, his name was Riley.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Does it?
Does it?
I don't know. Mom used to read me a lot of stories. Maybe that's it.
I don't think so.
One second, Mr. Thomas.
1 second, Mr. Thomas, we have to consult our notes.
No, he's not on this. Okay.
Has William come back with the rope yet?
Yeah, William.
Yeah, okay.
William comes up. He's like tired. He's like way out of breath.
There was rope up here, I'm sure.
That's not where I'm used to the rope.
Okay,
So he
we're
hands
gonna
you the
start-
rope.
I'm gonna start
And-
tying him in knots so that I can eventually take the blocks of ice off him.
Yeah. William, after he hands you the rope, walks over to like where the steps are up to the ship wheel, and he just like sits down, puts his hands on his knees, and just like catches his breath.
I'm going to make sure that his wrists and feet are tied securely, and then I'm going to say, now remember, I can put the ice back whenever I want, but I'm going to make the ice disappear.
Cool. You see his feet look a lot like the feet of the man you ran into, Greya, in the woods.
Okay, so Greya just grapples with that for a little bit.
What does it mean?
Are you alright over there, Greya?
Yeah, I guess it's a pretty common spell. I've seen it before on someone, a friend of mine, and it didn't turn out so well for him.
Oh.
So, Mr. Thomas Eatshite.
I'm sorry, I think he said you eat shite is his name, actually.
Oh, sorry,
you
so
eat
you
shite.
eat shite.
He just like puts his head down and shakes it.
This is a very who's on first
Yeah.
moment.
Why are you here?
Well,
I think what she's trying to say is... we pirates.
yeah, we were pirates.
Mr. You ate shite, or if I can call you Thomas.
Yeah, please call me Thomas.
Did you know about a crew of pirates that were not like pirates? They were skeletons.
Are you a skeleton?
We're all skeletons.
Has a
Yes.
skeleton.
He looks down at his body and just looks up at you and like doesn't answer you, just kind of like gives you a look like, no.
No, like ghosts and zombies that were a pirate ship. Have you heard of it happening?
I've heard rumors that they're out on the sea, but I haven't run into them myself. No.
Is that because you had nothing on your ship?
No, we had lots on our ship.
Oh, well, we don't here, so you made a huge mistake.
Well, I see that now. I think more than just the fact that you don't got nothing is that we've made a huge mistake.
Yeah, no, this ship's already been robbed.
Well, fuck me.
Okay, what about bracelets? Have you ever heard stories about magic bracelets?
Magic bracelets?
Yeah.
No. I like bracelets, but I've never had any with any magic to them.
Okay, what's the name of that?
Oh, in your day?
Journey's End.
Oh, the middle one? Journey's End?
Journey's End.
Journey's End.
Oh, you don't go to Journey's End.
What?
I've never been there myself, but
Do
you just don't go.
Do you know the area? Like, not just Journey's End, but like, I think, let's say, I'm just asking for a friend. Like, I'm asking for a friend, but,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like, do you know the way around in your day?
I myself have never been to a near day. I know a couple of men have. There wasn't much there. They went to raid the place, didn't get too far, and they weren't gone for long. Said there wasn't. It was a gross place.
Gross in what way?
They just said it was just. It smelled funny there, and there was just nobody there. Like, they didn't even bother going too far in to look for anything valuable because the place just looked like there was no life there. It wasn't anywhere where anything of value would be.
It smelled funny like how? Smelled funny like how you smell funny, or smelled funny like a bad smell funny?
Rude!
You're so rude.
Wait, so I don't smell bad funny?
Oh, well, no, you do smell
thank
bad
you.
funny, but like, is there a different kind of bad funny? What, like, just
Rune,
give me some.
keep talking.
I don't know, I wasn't there. They just said it smelled bad.
He lives on his ship. It's not like he's like.
We
Look,
don't.
I'm not offended. We're not avid bathers.
You live on the water.
Yeah, but we're just a bunch of guys. We don't care what we smell like. We'll bathe when we get to port. Maybe, if there's time.
Were you heading for a port?
Currently, no. We were out looking for treasure. Looking for ships like yours that we thought we could take.
I don't think you're looking for ships like ours.
Apparently not, no.
No.
It doesn't look like you're looking for much of anything right now. It looks like you don't have a crew or a ship or many options.
Yes, I am aware of my current situation, thank you.
Right.
Oh, Thomas, do you wanna stay on our ship? I mean, unless you have somewhere else you wanna be.
Rhea, that might be a tad over generous. Maybe we ought to talk about that first.
I think
Amongst
what Elena
ourselves.
is trying to say is that it's a bit awkward, don't you think?
Yes, I'm mostly concerned about the socially awkwardness of taking. No, I'm worried he might try and slit our necks in our sleep.
I mean, we did kill most of his mates, you know.
Oh no! Oh yeah,
They tried to
Thomas,
kill us first.
we're sorry about that.
It was self-defense. In
yeah.
fairness.
We wouldn't have chosen to kill all your friends and sink your ship, especially because there's nothing on our ship. So if you guys haven't even succeeded in taking over our ship, you wouldn't have gotten anything out of it. So it was really like your friends died for nothing. I mean, not like they died. I mean, there's nothing on this ship.
Thomas.
Just kind of.
Okay.
Great. Maybe go take a moment.
Graham just walks to the front of the ship, just looks at the water.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah, Thomas just kind of looks. He's like, look, I know that they died for nothing. That's the life we chose. Sometimes you get what you go for. Sometimes you don't. Unfortunately, this is my first experience of not getting anything. I know a lot of times if you lose a battle, you don't lose your entire crew. So this is kind of miserable for me.
Thomas, Mr. Thomas,
Yes.
you did get something.
What did I get?
Friends.
Frostburn?
Burns and frostbite. Yes, you understand.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty cool scars, if you ask me. And I mean, they're quite a story. You could say you're the lone survivor.
All right.
Yeah,
This is
I
what
guess
I'm
it's a good story.
That's presuming that we want to keep them alive.
Look, if you're gonna
William.
kill me, just fucking
William.
kill me.
I'm just saying we need to look at all our options. This man was a part of a crew that was trying to kill us.
Because
Do we trust him?
Mr. Thomas, are you going to kill us?
William.
I mean, I'm a little outnumbered now, so no, I'm not planning on attacking you.
William.
William walks over. He goes, yes, sir.
William, where's the best place to keep Thomas here on the ship?
We got a brig underneath.
We do have a brig.
Throw him in the brig.
Rune. All right. I'm going to.
I'm picturing Rune has her pirate's hat.
Hat on,
I'm just
yeah.
assuming.
I do have my pirate's hat on.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna get William, and I'm gonna help him escort me, and Thomas down to the brig.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna check him in.
Cool.
So we're not discussing.
So
things in
you
front of him.
throw him into the brig.
Oh,
He
just nicely. No.
Okay, you go nicely. William tries to,
Oh.
but he doesn't quite reach high enough to really get a good shove in. So
Oh,
it's
that's
almost
okay,
like William
William.
slaps his ass on the way in, and then William just goes, "Didn't mean to do that." And then he shuts the door
Please
on
lock
the
it.
brig and locks it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, guys, I think it might be a good idea to maybe keep Thomas on the ship, considering none of us really know what we're talking about around here, except for William and Galadia and you, because, well, maybe you'll get along with Thomas a lot, because he knows the sea and you know the sea, right?
Kelly, did you go back up?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I don't know if we're ever going to be friends.
I'm
but
gonna tell
I do
William not to
know-
touch him like that again.
He just goes, "I didn't mean it."
Awkward.
Don't take advantage of our prisoners.
We are not that kind of ship. We are. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know if I'm ever going to be friends with this Thomas fellow, but I see the sense in what you're saying. There aren't very many of us who are skilled sailors. We have someone here who has some ability to do so, but more people to help us. He knows he doesn't have a lot of options right now. It's not uncommon or unheard of for pirate ships that have taken over other groups to just take on their crew, anyone who they decide to spare, because they need people. Often they take people with valuable skills, navigators, doctors, and the like, but it's not unheard of to take on crew members that way. I also have do you have a question? Did we leveled up in the last episode?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just wondering.
You're at level 4 right
Yes,
now.
right.
Yeah.
I also have. If we wanted to try him out, I could look in on his thoughts from time to time, make sure that he's not thinking of causing us any harm.
That's very unethical.
I didn't realize that was a skill that you had.
Great.
Well, I think it's
16.
much more unethical to track down ships and slaughter anyone on it and take their goods. So I'm not thinking that Thomas is necessarily an ethical person, do you?
Aleda.
Gran just yells from the edge of the ship, "Can I come back now?"
Yes, you're part of his discussion. Please come back.
Aleda,
She
I
wants
understand
on
that you
over.
had sailing experience, but I didn't know you were so familiar with pirate politics.
My father was a fisherman. We tried to steer clear, but certain people would come into our fishing village. You know, you do trade with people who come to you when you're in times of need, even if they aren't your favorite folk.
Later.
Yes.
My question's a bit different.
Mhm.
Can you read my thoughts?
I will not read anyone's thoughts here that they if they don't want me to.
Oh,
I
please
trust
do
us. You want me to read?
Yes! That's amazing!
Okay. Are you gonna think of something ahead of time or?
Sure.
So I'm going to be reading your thoughts.
What level spell slot is this?
That
I don't know
is
what
a
yours-
second level spell slot that I'm burning to read Dietrich's thoughts.
It'll take time. You can rest up while
I
we're
love
sailing.
this. I love this.
All right, what is Dietrich thinking? Because I can. Oh wait, hold on. This is my first time using it. So for the duration, I can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When I cast the spell as your action, I initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature, what is most on its mind at this moment. As an action, I can shift my attention to other creatures' thoughts or attempt to probe deeper in the same creature's mind. The target must, if I probe deeper, I must make a wisdom saving throw. I imagine I'm not probing deeper on Dietrich. I imagine, given he has a thought that he wants me to read, it's probably relatively at the surface. Dietrich, what do I read in your mind?
Do you feel it?
You are. Dietrich is just trying to remind you that he really likes you and that he wants you to be around on the ship. And so that's his surface thought with Aleda's such a great person.
Hey, Dietrich. Don't think about a direwolf.
Dietrich thinks about a direwolf, I can already tell. So you're thinking about a direwolf now, and thank you.
Oh, that's so nice! Oh, that's so cool! That is so fun. I love that.
Do you want to tell them if I'm correct or not? Otherwise, they're just gonna think I'm bullshitting.
Oh yes, no, she's totally cool.
Oh no, I would never think that you're lying to us. No, we're friends, and friends don't lie to each other. That's right.
Well, yes. So I believe going back to our primary discussion, are we keeping Thomas?
Yeah, Thomas is our friend too, right?
Let's
We need to have a discussion
let's
about
put a
friendship.
probation on
We
that.
have to consider that Thomas might not want to join a crew.
We
can
That's
ask
true.
him.
That's true. If he doesn't want to.
Well, I think
Doesn't
Thomas
have
has
to.
enough self-preservation that he'll say yes, regardless of how he really feels.
Okay, well, we have different options. If we feel uncomfortable killing him, we could wait until we come across an island.
Well, he
Set
just said
loose.
the last island that we're going to, the next island that we're going to is smelly and he doesn't want to be there.
Well, I don't think he has very many options right now. It's like, do we keep this person who we don't trust on our ship? Do we set them free?
Marooning them on a smelly island isn't any better.
It's not any better than killing them? I mean,
No, because he could
he can-
totally die there. What if,
he can
what
make-
if it smells funny?
I'm
'Cause
saying
all the vegetables
we
there
give
are
him-
rotting.
options.
Oh no, that's true. They could all just be rotting vegetables, and then what?
It's good compost or fertilizer. I don't know. Let's talk to him more, see if we can get more information. He's been places we haven't. I think we could potentially see him as a useful asset for the moment, and I could inspect his thoughts, give him a trial, see if we learn to trust him over time.
William, what was your previous captain's?
Did you go back downstairs?
Wise, where's William?
Oh, William. Sorry. Thomas. William.
Is William harassing the prisoner again?
William!
What did you ask him? What?
What was your previous crew's procedures for taking prisoners? Was that common?
We didn't really take prisoners. We didn't. No, not like that. We didn't attack ships. We went for empty ships, and
Oh yeah, they were the treasure thing.
yeah, we did. Sometimes we did get attacked. We defend ourselves, and we normally manage to send them off. You know, anyone who survived, we let them go on their way, and just reminded them that they don't mess with the Lady Luck.
That's right. We don't mess with the Lady Chuck.
I thought it was Chunk. It's Chunk. Chunk? What is it?
Chonk.
Chunk.
Guys, I think we really need to
William cringes at all these names.
maybe out of respect for William, we can keep it the Lady Luck until we figure something out.
I like Lady Chunk.
William, you don't like the Lady Chonk?
It's fine. I just sailed so long under the Lady Luck that, changing a ship's name isn't good. So.
But change is good because we all have to change and grow. That's how life works.
Let's
Ships don't grow.
Let's brainstorm and maybe vote on it later when we get a good few guesses.
Yes.
Everybody-
Thomas isn't going anywhere.
Everybody come up with a name.
Oh.
And we will reconvene at dinner or something and we can all just, put it in a hat.
Speaking of, I'm famished.
Well, you're the cook.
I just meant I'd like to get to cooking, but thanks for that, Rune. By the way, I noticed you haven't been eating everything I've been putting in front of you. Do you have some dietary restrictions I can help with?
No, I'm fine. I'm small.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure.
Exactly. You should be eating more.
William raises his hand. He says, "I too am small, but I eat a lot, so don't worry. Put anything you want in front of me."
You know what? I'll give you equal portions, and she can just foist off anything she doesn't want onto your plate.
That sounds excellent.
But I was going to ask for some.
We can share.
Alright.
Cool. So you go and start.
This doesn't
making some
seem
food.
efficient, but anyway.
So
Cool.
we're continuing on to Anurade?
So Elena goes and makes some food.
That was the one with the big
rest-
peninsula, correct? That
Yes.
we're heading for?
I'm
sorry, is that
the rest of the
smelly
trip is
one?
fine. You
Do we get
don't
to rest?
run into anything.
Rest.
So it takes you about 4 hours to get there. When you get there, you can take another 4 hours. You can.
Well, who's to say we can't?
So,
Yeah.
so it's up to you. So it takes 4 hours to get there, and then if you want to get off right away and go, you can, or if you want to stay and just anchor and long rest.
I vote that we turn all of these sails into hammocks as soon as we dock, and then we spend the rest of this campaign napping.
I've never been to a sleepover before. That'll be fun.
Oh, so actually in game, I'd like to talk to Greya a little bit, please and thanks.
Cool.
I serve up a bean stew with biscuits on the side.
Delicious.
Dietrich brings it up to the crow's nest.
Oh, okay.
Question.
Clothier? Yeah.
Is our monkey okay?
The monkey is fine and not actually there.
I want off this ship.
I've been
I only came for the monkey!
So, Greya, what is your deal with friendship? Like, what define it for me, please.
Friends are people you like, and that they like you, and then you hang out together, and you help each other.
Does Thomas fit that definition for you?
I mean, you could. He helped us by answering our questions.
So you have a very loose definition of friendship? Have you ever met anyone who's not your friend?
I haven't met very many people. When I lived at the convent, it was just Sister Greya. She was my friend. She was my best friend. And then a lot of the other sisters didn't really like me because I wasn't an elf. But it's okay because I had Sister Greya and she was my friend, and she told me I was gonna make lots of friends, and now I did.
So your Greya, your best friend was also named Greya?
When I went to the convent, I didn't have a name, and then I kind of just stuck to Sister Greya, and then they called me Greya because I didn't have a name, so it just worked.
It's a good name.
Thank you. I'm glad we're friends.
You know, gnomes usually have lots of names. So
They do?
They usually have more than one name, so you can collect more names, I guess. If Greya's your only one right now.
Greya's like really trying not to cry. Yeah, I would like that. I would like to collect more names.
Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. No worries.
I'd also like to add for Aleda's food. Her class feature does add those like bonuses for food
Yeah.
and stuff. It will only apply to 6 who I choose, so it's our crew and William and not Thomas. But I am bringing Thomas.
Okay, I
food.
was gonna say, do we feed Thomas at
I
all?
am bringing Thomas food because I have a passion. I don't want to see people go
We're
hungry.
still humane.
Yeah, I like he's in the brig, which is down below ship, and he can smell it, and it'd just be rude to not feed him. I just
Okay.
feel too bad about it, so I do bring him.
So you bring it down,
Justify this.
you like just put it inside
Just
the brig
yourself.
slightly. He's sitting in the back,
Yeah.
and he doesn't like move or even acknowledge that you just brought him
That's
food.
fine.
Okay.
He does not get utensils. I don't trust him.
Okay.
Just gonna
Okay.
specify that it's a bowl and a biscuit, and that's it.
Okay.
Greya's gonna bring her bowl down to the brig.
Oh, no.
She's gonna sit outside the door, and she's just gonna be like, so I figured you'd have no one to eat with, so I'll eat with you, because sometimes I have no one to eat with, and I know that can be sad sometimes. I'm really sorry that all your friends are gone.
He does not answer you. He's just in the back of the brig, just sitting there.
You're probably really sad, because one Sister Greya, who was my friend, she's gone now, and then I didn't have any friends for a long time, and I was really sad, but now I do have friends, and you can probably have your friends too. And then she's gonna take her biscuit and put it under the door.
He has a biscuit. You can see that.
Yeah, it's just like, and then she's just gonna go back up to where everyone else is.
Okay. Cool. Are you guys like sleeping on this rest, or you're all just kind of eating and doing your thing?
I'd like to quickly talk to Greya.
I'd like to finish sleeping.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to quickly talk to Greya. So you can destroy water. That is fascinating.
I can also create it. The spell works both ways.
What? Oh, that's amazing. So, see, I can control water. So if we're ever in a situation where we need to do something, we could potentially team up. So I just thought I'd mention that right now.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
If you wanted to create water, if we're in a situation
Yeah,
where
I
we're
can
not
do a
surrounded
bunch,
by it.
even if it's the second level, I can do a bunch of water. Yeah.
That's amazing. I thought it was just, awful, and obviously we don't want to get in the situation. Great defense, potentially, to team up between the two of us.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
without
that would be
having
good. I mean-
fire cannons, because I'm just not good at it, really. I mean, and I'm sure it's a practice makes perfect kind of thing, but, you know, while we're learning curve.
Yeah, that would be fun. Can't wait to team up. I mean, I hope we don't have to kill anyone, but I'd love to team up and we can practice.
Wonderful. I also bring Dietrich his stew in the crow's nest. You already brought it up, but anyways, so I just go up there and I'm like, hi.
Hi.
Wow, it's quite a view up here.
Isn't it? It's great.
You mentioned that you knew a mer person.
I do.
What was she like?
She's wonderful.
I mean, like physically, what could she do? And she could swim and breathe. I've never met a mer person.
Yeah, well, she can breathe underwater and do all sorts of tricks, and she's real beautiful.
How did she do that exactly? Breathing underwater.
It just comes natural, I guess.
Did she have anything that made her do that? Like, how could, like...
Well, she actually's got kind of these gills. No, I'm kidding.
Oh. Okay, then. and just leave after that's it. I'm like,
Elena, where are you going?
I'm just going.
I'm
I
sorry I
gotta
made a
clean up.
joke.
No, it's fine. It's not the joke. It's fine. I just thought.
What's wrong?
Climb back up. So she didn't have gills.
No, not. Well, I don't know. She wears a lot of jewellery. I'm not someone to pry. Mum said never look at her when she's, alone.
Oh, that's very gentlemanly of you. No, I'm just curious about it because I can breathe underwater.
You can breathe underwater.
Yeah.
You don't even have fins.
I don't, but I do have gills.
You
And
have-
so I take the handkerchief off from around my neck, and what appears as 4 little slits, they could be interpreted as scars. She points to those.
I don't know what to do with this information.
I just wondered if she had anything like that because I don't really know where this came from, and I'm just trying to figure some things out.
I'm sorry I don't have more answers.
That's
for
okay.
you.
I was just curious.
I mean, if we ever go and see the circus, and maybe you can meet her. I could introduce you.
Yeah, I'd be curious to find out more. That's all. I was just curious.
Elena, I'm sorry I made that bad joke.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just gonna go clean up now.
Do you need help?
Oh no, it's fine. I'll have this.
It's good, by the way.
Good. I'm glad. I climb down. I go below deck to clean.
So you guys have done your long rest, and now it's up to you. You're just like probably 40-50 feet away from the island, from the peninsula. So it's up to you what you want to do.
Should we
What do we see?
Sorry, should we present Thomas with his options now, or should we wait until we explore the island?
All you hear up from the crow's nest is land ho!
Thank you, Dietrich.
You've been anchored for like
4 hours.
4 hours.
I just really want to go on land, guys. I'm so bored.
Let's come
You
down.
You don't have to stay up there.
I like it up here.
I thought you were bored.
I am, but I mean, if I have to wait, I'm gonna wait here.
This is very much reminding me of a lot of road trips with siblings. So you're bored. No, I'm fine. It's great.
I think we should go talk to Thomas now. Also, just so he knows we're leaving him.
Are we leaving him?
I mean, if we are.
Well,
I
we should decide first
Well,
Okay,
before
fair.
we speak to Thomas.
I think William will probably stay on the ship, and he's in the brig.
William is our most capable member, guys. That's
True.
Ruma.
Except
That's
for
not Graham.
finding-
That's Ruma speaking.
Except for finding roads.
Hey.
He found rope for us. William is doing a great job.
He is. I'm sorry.
William, you're doing a great job.
William's not there.
Oh, right.
I would not be talking about
Oh,
William
okay.
if like that if you were here.
Okay. So, what are we gonna present Thomas with his options?
What options are we presenting to Thomas?
He joins our crew. We leave him on this island with some water and some provisional supplies because we're not monsters. If we feel like he's a threat, potentially if he joins the crew, then obviously we have to deal with that then. Or he, if he wants to do something else, maybe we could hear him out.
I would like to roll an investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Does it smell bad yet?
40 feet out from the island. Yeah.
That would be oh, my clothes is apparently. It would be a 14.
14. It's still, you're far enough away, you just kind of still smell the sea.
When we're looking out, what can we see?
So when you look at the island, it is kind of an elevated island. Not it's not like huge up there or anything, but probably like 20-25 feet. And then all around it is just trees. From where you are, all you can see are just trees.
Okay. Sorry, what's the name of this island again?
Anuridae. Anuridae.
A-N-U.
Ridae.
Thank you.
It doesn't smell that bad to me. I don't know. Should we trust Thomas? He said it smelled bad. It doesn't smell bad.
I mean, maybe he's just sensitive to smells.
I'm sensitive to smells.
Oh, I didn't know that about you.
I mean, like a normal person, I guess.
I'm writing this down.
So you're not
sensitive to
sensitive
smells.
I'm not like a super smeller.
Super smeller.
So an average smeller.
Super smelly is what I wrote by mistake. Just She
I
did
can
that
vouch
fish
for that.
a while. And teenagers at that age, they start producing a lot of BO. It's no judgment.
Remember
Are
when
you
you
saying
smelled
this
like
to my
fish?
face?
I'm not. No.
Rhea is. Remember when you smelled like fish?
No.
We were in that bedroom at the inn, and then you had the fish from dinner, don't you remember? And you had taken it with you, and then you looked at me and you said, I smell like fish.
Why would you take the fish with you? I thought you said you had no problem with my fruit.
I didn't. I wanted it for later. I told you I don't eat that much.
You shouldn't. Just for future reference, shouldn't say fish for later. You should eat then save the side dishes.
Yeah, that's good to know.
I feel so attacked right now.
Oh, I'm just saying. I just want
No,
to make
it's
sure.
okay. We all learn.
I just want my food to be appreciated. And
Anyways, all I was saying is that it doesn't smell that bad. So why don't we just go dock or whatever we do at islands? What is? Ugh.
Well, we don't have any rowboats, so and we don't want to go too closely ashore because we might make sure our ship runs onto some rock or something. We don't know as we approach the island. We're not familiar with the area. I could do that trick again.
How
where
far
I
is our
turn-
boat from the island?
About like 40, 50 feet.
Like I could do that. We could swim in, or I could do that trick again with the ice.
Do we have any of remember when their ship got the water and they drowned a little bit, but then they took the other smaller ships off their big ships?
A rowboat.
Yeah.
Do
we
we have a
those?
rowboat?
We were explicitly told we do not have rowboats on this one.
Oh.
We might want to look into acquiring them. They're good in the event of capsizing, or occasions such as these.
And all parts of the boat are 40 to 50 feet away from the island.
How would you guys have? Would you have stopped facing the island or sideways?
Sideways. Normally what I do.
Then yes, all parts of the boat.
Or no, we're just trying to back in. So that we can-
Try to parallel park with the peninsula.
In between some coral.
Keldir is getting very fancy with his wheel. He's just really
Over there.
But like Elena was saying, if we could kind of manipulate the water, like that scene in that play we've all seen, Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they manipulate the water so that they can get a ship through rocky areas.
I haven't seen that one.
I thought we were going to talk about the Ten Commandments.
So did I. I was like, wow, we're mixing up some mythology here. I'm getting very excited.
I thought it was
Great soundtrack.
I mean, it was a movie. I knew I wasn't gonna know where it was going regardless.
I could create an ice bridge again if people want to go.
Oh,
walk
or we
that
can
way.
walk on an ice bridge, and I didn't have to make that reference.
Sure.
First,
What?
what are we doing with Thomas?
Oh,
Are we
yeah.
bringing him on the island with us?
Let's go ask him.
Right.
All right, so we all.
We're gonna go to the ring.
Great.
Okay.
We're bringing William.
Where are you guys going? Are we going?
We're gonna go see Thomas.
Oh. Okay. I want to come down.
Are you joining them to go see Thomas, or are you? Yep. Okay.
So the entire party.
Everyone's going.
Oh.
You get there. William is sitting outside the brig.
Stop taunting Thomas. Yeah.
And Thomas is asleep.
He's sleeping.
Thomas, wake up!
He like jolts awake.
Sorry.
Good morning.
Dietrich's voice is louder than I think he thinks it is.
Not using my inside voice then.
I mean, would you know what an inside voice is growing up because you grew up in tents?
Sure. Have a good sleep.
Mm.
Oh yeah, do you have a bed in there? We should probably get him a bed. He's gonna sleep in there.
Does he have a bed in there?
It's a brig. I guess it's just no.
That was
Empty
not
side.
There's like some hay in
Oh.
there.
Do you want us to put a bed in there? There's bunk beds out here.
Well, just wait a second.
I mean, he has your tiny cloak, Gray. I'm probably covering up like just his shoulders.
Oh, can I have that back? I'm mostly naked right now.
Without leaving the back of the brig, he just like throws it at you.
Graham puts it back on.
Also, we have to decide what's happening with Thomas. Maybe we don't need to put a bed in here. Or if he's more of our friend, maybe he can actually have a bedroom. Or whatever we
We
sleep
have
in
bunk
here. What are we-
beds.
Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't been there.
This is the first time, like, when
Have you
you
been
first enter below deck, except for the cannons.
It's nice down here, actually. Except for this place, I imagine it's not that nice. It kind of smells. Is that you?
Thomas just like looks at you and he's like, "Well, there's no toilets down here."
Okay, so it was. Just say yes.
Yes.
Okay. No judgment.
Oh, I guess we didn't furnish him with a bucket. That
Oh.
was an oversight. Wait, this is our first time keeping a prisoner.
Yeah,
We're
we don't know what we're
sorry,
doing.
we're new to this.
Is this the poop deck?
Very good.
She's got jokes. You can laugh.
Thomas is just like, "I've never heard that one before."
Anyway, Thomas, we have some propositions for you. Elena, I think you can probably state them better than.
Alright, we wanted to give you some options. So, you could, we could leave you here on this island. We could throw you overboard. Or you could work with us.
He takes a minute.
I'd like to cast Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
Do we see you do that?
Let's see, the components are, I don't know which one of these apply to sorcerers, because
I think sorcerers don't use components because their magic is innate through
Yeah.
their blood, isn't it?
yeah, it is. So
Probably have a focus.
I have my spoon with me at all times, so I'm pointing my spoon at you, just like, but he might not. He doesn't know about that necessarily.
Mhm.
It's my spoon.
Does he feel anything while you're doing it, or is it just?
I can listen to his surface thoughts. If I want to probe deeper, then he has to make a wisdom saving throw. And if it fails, I give insight to his reasoning, his emotional state, and something that looms large on his mind. But if I succeed, if he succeeds, the spell ends. So.
Okay, but that's only if you want to go deeper, like
Yeah,
just
so first I'll
his
listen
basic
to-
thoughts.
yeah.
You just hear no matter
I
what.
just hear them. So I'll
Okay.
use basic thoughts, and then if I want to go deeper, I can.
Okay, so what he says to all of you is, when he's taking a minute, and then he says, "You don't really seem to be giving me much of a choice. The other options don't seem very favorable." When on his base thoughts, you just sense him just kind of mulling it over, thinking about if he was on the island, would he be able to find a way off, sort of thing. Kind of thinking about the distance between here and the next place that he knows, and considering if he could swim. And then finally his thoughts kind of settle on, well, if I work with them for now, maybe I can have a way out later, sort of thing.
Okay.
Um,
I don't know
so
what
so
way
yeah
out
so
might
when
be.
so then he says that to you guys, saying that the others aren't favorable. So he's like, "You destroyed my crew, so I mean, I guess I'd have to go with you. I've worked with many crews. I liked the last one, but I'm not opposed to having a new one."
Okay, I want to go deeper.
Okay.
How would he want to leave? Like, would he try to do us harm?
He rolls.
He does have to, yeah, he has to roll against my my spell.
But we can't tell any of this, right? No.
No.
Okay.
We just see her like waving, threatening, threatening.
I mean, I just have it out, really. Like,
What's he have to beat?
hold on. I'll see where my safety seat is. I think it's 13. Yeah, I only get advantage if I'm casting the spell for different things. So I
And
think
it's wisdom?
Yeah.
So you decide to go deeper, and so you kind of like grip your spoon a little harder, and like slightly move it forward, and he like looks at you.
Threatening him with my spoon.
He looks at you and sees it coming forward, and the way you're looking at him, and then you hear silence. You got nothing else.
Okay. Well, we can leave you to mull over it while we look at the island.
But if you have other ideas, I think we'd be open to them, right, guys?
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's listen to any other ideas.
We were just spitballing.
Also, we're gonna need to know what kind of size bucket you might need.
Oh.
He
a
like
personal
looks at you first. He's just like, just an average bucket, I think
I
would
don't
be
know,
fine.
You might have had a big feast before you decided to raid our boat.
Dietrich.
I mean,
Yeah, Dietrich, I don't know if you can ask people about what kind of
I've-
bucket they need.
Intentionally
I've
or not,
had
you're
some-
antagonizing Thomas.
some rather nasty moments, but like, I don't need like one of your buckets over there, like one of your barrels. Just like a regular
Or like a pail.
pail would be fine.
Okay. I didn't need it to be anything.
And then he looks at Greya and he's like, I don't have ideas right now, but sure, you guys are going. I'll be here. I got nowhere else to go.
Okay, great.
Fair enough.
He's still gonna be locked in though, right?
For the moment, I think he's gonna mull things over and roll things over as well.
Oh, yeah.
Let's inspect the island for now.
We're gonna.
Is William
I guess we
staying
didn't
behind?
unlock it. We're gonna keep it locked and then go back.
Then he
and
could
stuff.
just
William,
avoid
yeah.
the ship.
We're gonna keep William.
Yeah,
on.
William just says to you guys, like, I'll keep an eye on him.
Is William armed?
Hmm?
Is William armed?
Mhm.
Okay, we'll see you later, Thomas. Bye,
Bye.
William. Bye.
Cody, I didn't mean to be antagonizing. I genuinely meant if he needed a big bucket. I realize it came off a bit strong.
You took it too far.
Maybe in the future, just less questions about the volume of people's waste.
We're like going above deck, I'm assuming at this point.
Yeah.
I do just want to mention when I was looking at his thoughts, he when he was weighing his options, essentially, he did say that effectively he would only join us momentarily and then look for a way out. And to be honest, I didn't like the way that sounded. I tried to go deeper into his intentions, but I think he figured things out with my spoon.
I think that's an
Can you-
expected reaction.
Can you really blame him?
I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying we need to think about the safety of our crew.
It's good to be aware, and we will keep an eye on him.
I mean, it's sad if he doesn't stay with us, obviously. I know, but I think he should do whatever he wants to do.
Barring potentially murdering us in our sleep so he can get away.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
not
that's
that.
what-
Not that.
That's what I'm trying to prevent here, is my thing. It's something for us to mull over. Should we go to the island?
Yes.
Sure.
And as the gang makes their way to the island, that is where we will end things for this week. So thank you for listening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Join us next week as we see what awaits for our party on the island of Anurade. So again, thank you for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.